And here we are doing our second video of week 3. I hope you're doing well. I'm happy to see you continuing to muscle along. Last time we talked about the law of sines. And when we had law of sines, we either had to have SSA or AAS. So I want you to look at what that looked like. So I either had to have an angle and its side and another side so I could find a missing angle, or I had to have two angles and at least one of the sides so I could find the two other missing sides. So that's great, but what if all you have are the three sides? Then what do you do? Well, it's actually pretty cool. It's called the law of cosines. And remember, let's just thank Miss Greaser for use of her notes again, because yippee. What does it look like the law of cosines is based on? What theorem? Pythagorean theorem is correct. Good job. So what we're going to want to do is make sure that we read and that we put our numbers in the right spots. So if I have triangle ABC, then I have to put the letters in order ABC. And then this should have been a capital B, so we're just going to pretend it was. So I'm going to use the law of cosines to find the missing side. Since I'm looking for B, let's look at our three options here. Since I'm looking for B, I'm going to use this one right here. Oops. Why am I just copying that down? Why don't I just, write it down? Well, because I like using my toys. Now let's substitute in. B squared equals, what's the length of A? Good job, 11 squared. What's the length of C? 14 squared. Now, this will be 2 times A times C times the cosine of angle B. Let's do some color coding because this is exciting, right? So here's A, here's B, and here's angle C. It's a skeleton, and we've worked with skeletons before, so that really helps us. Once we're here, all we have to do is throw it in our calculators. If you're feeling super spicy and you want to get ready for AP Stats or AP Calc, you can actually square root this whole thing, and that will give you B, because I'm going to wind up square rooting everything anyway. But it depends on how comfortable you are with your calculator. And to be perfectly frank, I'm not super comfortable with this calculator. All right, so let's see what we got, shall we? Okay, so I'm going to make sure I'm in regular sine, cosine, and tangent. 11 squared, right? Plus, I'll stop talking like that, minus 2 parentheses 11 parentheses 14 cosine 34, enter. There you go. So what is B? Little b is the length of a side. So side B over here, it doesn't look right, but it's 61.656. Interesting. Oh, wait, that does seem weird. What did we forget to do? Ah, shoot, we forgot to square root it. Okay, so let's see what we can do here. Let's square root. Oh, nope, that ain't going to do it. Oh, yeah. So let's square root the answer. Ha-ha! Neat! Did you see that? The square root button is in the bottom left side, and then the answer button is next to equals. So it's not 61, because, 61 seemed like an unusually large number for that triangle. Instead, it's 7.852. Wow, that's much better. Now, what your paper tells you to do is, hey, now that you found B, go ahead and use the law of sines to find the missing angles. I think we practiced the law of sines really well last time, so I don't think we need to do that again. Let's go on to our next problem here. I hope you liked my ringtone. So here we have a different scenario. We're going to find the missing angle opposite the longest side. Now, I don't know why they went ahead and told us that. They shouldn't have, because I've got eyebrows and eyeballs. That was weird. So that's my longest side. That means I'm going to find this angle here. So I'm looking for angle B. Let's go up to our equations here. Which one of these would I use to find angle B? Interestingly enough, it is the same equation that I just used. Because if I want to find side B or angle B, I'm going to use the same formula. And now we just substitute. 27 squared equals 12 squared plus 20 squared minus 2, 12, 20 cosine B. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to put all of this into the calculator except for cosine B. Okay, so pause the video and come back in a second with some simplified values. So what you can see is I've done a lot of just algebraic simplification, and we've gotten down to one number on the left side and one value on the right side with a coefficient. Since I want to solve for B, I need to get rid of the negative 480, so I will divide. And when I put that in my calculator, I get negative 0.385, which is a weird number. We haven't seen any negatives when we've been doing sine and cosine. They can exist. It just means I'm not going to go there. What do I do now to get B by itself? Right, so we're going to A cosine instead of regular cosine. So in my calculator, I'm going to go to my 3 dots. I want to do A cosine negative 0.385. And the measure of my angle is a 112.644 degrees. Let's see if that makes sense in relation to our picture. 112 degrees. Does this angle look greater than 90 degrees? Yes, it does. So since B is greater than 90 degrees, it's the largest angle of the triangle, it makes sense that it would be 112 degrees. Now, we are not going to do special fun with area. If you are looking for a little bit of extension, I'm thinking of a certain young woman, then go ahead and read through these notes. And then there's this whole Heron's formula thing. You're going to come across Heron's formula in pre-calc and calculus. So if you're feeling spicy, you can go ahead and give that a shot. Let's see, what are our practice problems going to be? We're going to just do problems A and B. So what you're going to do for problem A is you're going to find side B. So that's from the first example. And for problem B, I would like you to find angle A. A little bit different. So I want you to find angle A instead of angle B. So when you go up and you reference your 3 equations here, if I want you to find angle A, which one of those 3 should you use? Remember, if you get stuck, you need to text me, email me, or join me on our WebEx so that I can help walk you through what can be very challenging. I hope to hear from you soon.